All right, today we're gonna bring an actual fish stand, and this could hold a lot of weight. So I do have one right now, but it's not that stable enough because it doesn't have any cross connections, crossbars. These are the actual pieces that come with it right now, but we're gonna set it up today and see how it looks. Let me show you the old one that I have that I'm gonna replace. All right, currently this is what I have. This one right here. It's not stable enough, and this tank is heavy. So we're gonna replace it with something more stable. If you guys can see that, it's not stable enough. It just doesn't have any crossbars. It has wheels. I don't want to move it too much. It's too heavy for it, so we're gonna replace it. All right, so we got one part of the structure already, and this is probably the hardest part. So we're getting it together and fixing it out. So now we got the stand. All right, I finally finished it, but we're gonna put it to the test. See if it could carry me. So I'm gonna set myself my butt down in here, see if it could break it, but it seems like completely good weight, and I'm about over 200 and something pounds, just to show you guys how sturdy this thing is. If it could carry me, it could carry my tanks. Now regarding the tanks, I see that I could bring this part lower, and then this part also lower. You have an option here. You can move these if you want as an option, but because I have heavy duty stuff, I'm gonna keep it on the top. I'm gonna put one fish tank here, the cleaning material in here, the filter here, and we're gonna make it work. But so far, it's very sturdy. Let me show you some of the features. Putting it together, it was a little messy. I'm going to explain to you what I have to do, right? So first of all, let's start with the actual side panel. This side panel has two power connections, one type C and one type A. So if you have options to connect different modules in there. I'm also missing the hooks. I have them there. I'm going to set them up later, but not necessary. It's optional. Now let me show you what I ran into. This is the back of the module, right? This is a crossbar for stabilization and more sturdiness and less wobbling and all that stuff. Now, one of the things, I had the wrong panel on that side. So just remember that you need to be aware that you have a couple of holes there that actually hold on to the rods. That's one thing I had a lot of issues with it. I forgot. I was reading the instructions, but the instructions were not thorough on the rotation of the actual pole. I thought it was the same pole, and it had different numbers. So make sure you follow them and check your instructions, because I did follow the instructions and the stickers were labeled wrong. So I had to change this leg over to this leg, just to be aware on that part. Now this is the back of it. If you guys can see it, we're going to set it up in our aquarium, and we're going to come back. I'm going to do that, clean up our aquarium, set it up here, and see how well it works. All right, here's the final product. If you guys can see, I have a mess because I just cleaned the fish tank, so it's a little murky right now. My second fish tank that grows the plants is located in the bottom. I have all my cleaning material here, the water pump that actually generates to clean the pump, heater, everything's connected. I need an extra power source in there, so I set it up. Now, one important thing that you got to be aware when you're setting this up: this does not have any adjustments on the bottom, no legs adjustments. You gotta adjust it yourself. So in fact, my floor is uneven, if you guys can see that, and I ended up putting this thing here just to set it up and keep it balanced. I make sure it was balanced correct. I didn't want the water to be tilting or anything, just because my floor here, it's my location that's uneven. All right, now you might not have the same issue, but if you do, plan it to put it in a place that is completely balanced and properly, because this does not have any rotating wheels or anything to adjust it. You have to manually do that. That's the only thing I recommend you if you're gonna get something like this big. This could also be adjusted. The trays could go lower. You can have another fish tank in there, but I didn't want to get that because I'm gonna set up another fish tank that's a little larger in there. That's a temporary fish tank right now that I have, that I'm growing plants only. I have a couple shrimp here and there, but this tank is the heaviest tank. But this thing is sturdy. It has crossbars in the back, if you guys can see that, I set up my pump there. A lot of cleaning equipment that I have because I do clean it. And right now, like you see, it's mercury, but it's gonna clean up real good. I just end up cutting all the plants. I had a forest of plants. It was full to the top, to the rim, so I had to cut it down, and I trim it down every once a month at least. And every week I change out the water. Every couple months, every month I change out the water mostly. But I have my buckets here, my cleaning equipment, everything's filled. Plus this fish tank it's not occupied right now, but it has a heater, it has the lights, and it's going to continue on working throughout the day and night, and keeping the whole thing very secure in here. But this thing is a beast. It's powerhouse. It could carry a lot of weight, you guys can see. So if you're looking out for something like this for aquarium, take a look at it. Hope you guys enjoy the video.